Hello Taurus, and welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 5th to the 11th of August. It's been very hot where we are here. Let me just open up the flower. It's very, very hot over here, very humid indeed, and the sun has been kicking off a lot. Not as much as it did kick off back in May, and I think, as I said in the energy updates, we're going to get moments when we're going to get a few M flares and maybe an X flare, and that's the sort of thing we got. I need to check on it today, see how it's going today in the way of the sun, but that reinforces that sort of air and fire energy, but it is combined now more with filament energy, so that's emotional energy, rather than the coronal holes, which we had as earth energy. So this is going to help you in a sense where it's going to fit in all the spaces around you in the way of elements, where you've got your earth and your fire in your sign. But here in the energies that's coming through is air, fire and water, which is really good for you. It will help you see a lot of things a lot clearer for around you. Let's just see what's going on for you this week on the overall energies. Seems to be very solid, seems to be coming in from the pathway that you should be following in regards to your emotional side of life, your relationship side of life, or your spiritual side of life. There is this broader sense of what is going on the financial side, on your business projects and career path, and it's spread across a large thing. So I think it's to do with the you're getting down to the work, basically. That's what it seems to be. Getting down to the work. Good quality work here. And I think this is where on your financial side, I think where the energy is coming in here, and I think it's sort of like, it's like patting you on the back as if to sort of say, Taurus, you're doing well, keep with it, drive on through sort of thing. And I think it's also getting recognition from people that are around you of that good quality side of you. And now you're developing, and because it's played more into your karmic path and your universal energy connection, it's playing more into your relationship side. Now it's the time to build that recognition, that good quality recognition within the relationship side by the looks of things. And I think the overall energy is really trying to help you out here. It's really being your sort of like your right hand person, as it were. Let's just see what's going on with the relationship side. Yeah, the universal energy is playing forward to this lesson, because I haven't explained it. So overall energies, karmic message here, influence on the universe, influence on past self, future self, and the general sort of outcome, lesson or message to be learned from this week. And the universal energy is playing into that. So there's obviously sort of actions that you need to take in order to in order to I wouldn't say manifest, but to have an interaction with the relationships around you in the way that suits you, basically. The karmic message here is playing into the future side. This is where you got your future self. It's really sort of it's looking to a longer term plan and etc., building bridges, building relationships. The karmic path is into here, into the overall energy, not the karmic path, the past self, sorry, is into the overall energy. And that's sort of helping you to establish, the sort of the ground rules for how you want life, as it were, in regards to relationships. Financial side, the overall outcome or the future self, that's really vibrant. There's a lot of fire in there, and you do have fire at your base, Taurus, and I think it provides for a very passionate future. Maybe it seems to be, once the ground rules are set in place, it's a very good passion for you. And the lesson to be learned out of this week here, some people might say rules are there to be broken. I can understand that. My name is Lawless. Certainly human rules, but these are really down to emotional sort of side here. And I think it's more of a case of kind of going, be very conscious of the ground rules you're putting down in relationship side, simply because you don't want it to come back and bite you in the backside. That's what it seems to be coming out of that. Yeah, okay, so you got your karmic message here. You got the High Priestess. This is what I was talking about. You're looking to the future. You're really using it's your karmic path to use this intuition. It's not necessarily making action this week. It's definitely making action within yourself more than anything else, and seeing things really clearly for what they are. The universe is bringing in the Tower moment. Now, as I said, it's played into this this sort of lesson that needs to be learned out of this week. And obviously it's quite a big lesson for you, massive lesson. This is what I was talking about then. Once the tower's gone, the tower's gone. You've got to build, once the tower comes down, it's like you've created belief systems before. And so in the past, this life or another, you've put in ground rules that you have to adhere to because you've put them in. And you're getting to a point now in relationships, because everything evolves. And because everything evolves, sometimes you have to bring the tower down, the old belief systems down, remodify them, re-put them together, because all the stones that are from that tower as it's coming to as it's being broken down, can be used again to build something different. And I think this is the essence of the being this time, relationships, or the ground rules. From the past, you get the sunshine, and I think this is about that there, and it's because it's playing into the overall energy. If you want a lot of respect or a lot of good times, this is the ingredient that you need to put into it. Don't expect it necessarily to come from the outside world by itself. You need to have to put into the joy of living as well on your side. In your future self, you get the 5 of Pentacles. Shut out in the cold. It's normally down to money loss and stuff like that. I think that has to do with that. I think it's like you might realize there's something that's happening within the relationships, and you might kind of be saying to yourself, I read that wrong. And it's not reading something wrong or getting something wrong in regards to relationships. So thinking about someone that you thought that they were one way, but actually they're not at all. And it's like kind of going, no, that's not good. But the thing is, the getting it wrong about someone, or an intuition or an emotion and stuff like that, that's not the difficult part. That's not the hard part. The hard part is being able to say to you and recognize it within yourself. If you can recognize that within yourself, you can then, I don't want to say eat a bit of humble pie, because I don't think that's what it is. But I do think, recognizing something that wasn't as you foreseed it to be, or you were wrong about a situation. If you can do that and then, own up to it and admit it, or not necessarily admit it, but just say, excuse me, sorry about that. I do apologize. I'd like to wipe the slate clean. It'll be good to have it. A very good relationship. You don't literally, maybe that's a little bit straight and blunt, but you could be, it's just like a case of sort of saying to someone, you pegged wrong. Yeah, you're not as bad as I thought you were. And that might be enough just to smooth things over, as it were. And the overall lesson saying, once rules are in place, they're in place. So be very conscious about that. 10 of Cups. If you're driven by your happiness, this tower moment is going to be so fantastic for you. That's the thing. This tower moment is going to be absolutely brilliant. It could be a lot of... I think it's almost here. You're sort of... There's another sort of degree of sort of kind of going... It might be a case of kind of saying, I don't need anyone, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Sort of scenario. And that may be the thing that's wrong within you. It's something that doesn't turn right, that doesn't... You can't build a safe future on it in the future. You can't use those foundations to build a new thing. This tower is on like a load of rocks, and that rocks defines what you can build upon it. And I think it's a case of here that a good bit of renovation, spiritual renovation, needs to happen within your life. Okay, let's see what's happening on your financial side, or your job, your business, and your projects. I'm being drawn more towards the karmic path. The karmic path is pointing to the future, very similar to what's going on in your relationship side. But here I think it's getting on and doing. It's like you're looking to the future. You're building on a long-term plan. the universe here is playing into the karmic message. It seems to be playing through it. It seems to be, as long as you are true to yourself and live the, do your business or your project, whatever it is, according to what you know and how you know good, what you do well and etc. I think you're going to have the universe really getting your back here. The past self is played into the karmic path as well. There's a little bit on the overall energy as well. And I think this is where that recognition and that good quality work is coming out into play. The future self is really, it's ploughing on. This is a really long-term plan you're looking on. Starting a business is not like a 5-minute thing. It's not something you do and that's it. It's 1 week of work and it's done. It's a lifetime, and it's being, I think you're really sure about that. The lessons here in from this week here is the assurance that you drive into your own material side of life. You should be driving it into your relationship side. And it's sort of saying, take these rules and help to apply them within your relationship or your social or your spiritual side of life. But the thing is, the essences completely change. A cake is a cake, but there's a massive difference between a Black Forest Gâteau and let's say like a cheesecake. They're completely different cakes. It's like bananas and oranges. They're fruit, but they're completely different fruit. Although banana's supposed to be a berry. I'm not sure an orange is not a berry as well. But anyway, I digress. It's like that sort of thing. It's just that it's like, if you're going to apply it into your relationship side or your spiritual side, you've got to change the ingredients slightly that you're putting into it. Okay, 9 of wands on your karmic path. This is those healthy boundaries. You know where you're going. You've got a lot of structure around you. He's taking that one wand and going off. This is a real journey. But on that journey, you're very conscious about, how you put your foot forward, how you strive forward. And I think this is also the good quality work that the people around you are recognizing. Yeah, the universe is playing into this mission. It's playing into this card here, the 9 of wands. And I think you really enjoy it. I think you enjoy work, very much like most earth signs, and really engaged in getting the results more than anything else. And the universe is trying to encourage that within you to get the good results. On your past, you've got the 9 of swords. As I said, it plays in a little bit over here. So I think you're getting rid of woes and worries. But look at this. You've now got 2 9s on the table on this side here. And 9s are very definitive. It's the kingpin. 1 times 9 is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. That's 9. 1 and 8. 2 and 7. 9. 3 and 6. 9. It's always 9. And it's the linchpin. And I think this is where you're in a moment in life where you should be either going for a job or a business, whatever you're doing, look to take a step up. So don't go for a job that's got, possible career moves, but you're going to have to take a cut. I would not. I would push forward, whichever you're doing. And I think it'll get rid of all those woes and worries. In the future, you've got the King of Swords. Trust in the journey. This is the trust in your inner wisdom, trust of what you've chosen to do, of where you're going. It's going to bring you absolute great results. It's also going to bring you a lot of sort of trust from the world that is around you. The lesson to be learned is the Queen of Pentacles. So basically what it's saying here, the way in which you do your business or your career path, you can apply that slightly to your relationship side. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she knows when the tree of knowledge, because she sat at it all the time, she knows when it's going to give that pentacle, give the good results. And this is what you've got to sort of see within your relationship side. I think this is where it helps your relationship side to sort of say, if I put this in, what do I get out? And when does it come out, come to the surface? When does the good times start going? And this is where I think you're learning a lot about your happiness, basically, the thing that makes you, sing more than anything else. Look at that, very interesting. You get the overall energies here. You get the we're just going to do a bit of light seers card, by the way. You get the 3 of Swords with the 3 of Pentacles. I think this is tied into the Nine of Swords, sorry, which we've got in your past on your financial side, and in the future the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and here we have 2 3s. Now, 2 3s make 6. You can do 3 times 3 makes 9. It's part of that family. When you do 3s, it's 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. It goes like that. If you multiply it, or if you add 3 together each time, you get 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. On 6, you get 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, or 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9. Sorry, the other way. Yeah, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 6, 3, 9, 6, 3, 9. Oh, blood. You know what I mean? So I think this is what is actually doing here is I think it's time to bring a bit of balance into one side of your life. Time to heal a lot of sort of things the emotional things within your life, spiritual life. And I think that's also tied into the Tower moment. It may be difficult. And, you know, life, if life was constantly easy, I think you'd be very bored, Taurus. You know, so I don't think it's insurmountable at all, because more than anything else, it's you making this Tower moment happen. You can't run away from that. No one can. We can't run away from our own actions and our own results. With the High Priestess, you get the Temperance card. There is that Sun and the Moon on the Temperance card. You've got the Sun in your past. So obviously you do need to look a little bit of your shadow side of life, and convert that negative into positive. And I think that's what that is all about as well. The overall energy is converting negative situation into something that's built on a lot of respect and love and connection. And being patient with yourself, patient with the outcome, patient with how you're putting things into life. You know, if you think just getting the ingredients out, putting all the ingredients in a bowl, that's it, the cake's done. You can eat it. No, you can't. You got to mix it. You got to cook it. You got to let it rise. Then you got to dress it. There's a whole sort of thing. Might want to make a cup of tea with it. You know, there's a whole process to go through. And it's a Tower moment according to love. It's according to, and it may be a partner that in the past that sort of like did you wrong. I don't see it as a partner at now more than anything else. But I think it's like maybe you're, you know, you find you're living the same situations in this relationship that you did in another relationship. And this is now a time for you to get past all of that and get into something that's that breeds a lot of benefit for you. And that's all about that happiness. And this is where we're talking about learning about the happiness within you. Once you start putting it into life, and this is where I think you need to be a little bit patient as well. If you can see, like the Temperance card is very similar to the two of Pentacles there. You know, and it's got this swaying motion, this idea of seeing what works for you in the way of happiness, see how it plans out. And this takes a little time. You know, it's not sort of like it can happen very quickly, obviously, but it can also take a bit of time. So I think patience is needed. And this is what you're doing. You're converting that Five of Pentacles into that Sun card there. You've now got the Sun twice on the deck. It bodes incredibly well for you, your spirit, your coming in from the cold. Because the Five of Pentacles, they're out in the snow. They're really out in the cold, the Five of Pentacles. And you're getting completely past that. You're moving on to something that's much more joyous, open. There's a lot of light on there, so there's a lot of honesty. You don't have to worry too much about things. There's a lot of beautiful stuff going on. And yeah, this is it. This is what I'm saying. Be careful of those rules. It can come and bite you on the backside. I think this is there to help you, but don't apply it. Don't apply the rules or the way in which you do business, you know, word for word. Use the same, maybe different ingredients and stuff like that. And there may be slightly different methods rather than, you know, turning the ingredients. You're going to be whisking them. Do you know what I mean? And there's a certain way here that you've got to be attentive to the foundation that you're putting in place, that it leaves space enough for adaptation. So basically, if you're doing foundations for a house, and you think, do you know what? I think I'd like to make it bigger later on. I'll do the foundations. So then whenever you want to build extension on your house, The foundations are already in place. That's the sort of thing I mean. Just leave a bit of space within spirit in order to get the best out of it. With the 9 of Wands, you get the 7 of Cups. Absolutely brilliant. You know, there's only one cup that's giving you the water and that emotional stuff. And that's what I was talking about earlier on with the sun. The sun is bringing in that sort of emotional side of things. And it's bringing in a lot of water that, you know, you do have water that comes in from Pisces, comes in through you, through there. And you do get a bit coming in through Cancer, which is just around there. But at the same time, it'd be coming in down there as well. But at the same time, it'd be nice to have that sort of within your life. And it's making it sort of saying, if you follow the evident path of what you've been doing and the good engagement that you do, you're going to get some very satisfying emotional rewards out of the situation. With the Knight of Cups, you get the Magician card. Manifestation. That's what's going on here. Following that pathway, and the universe is backing you up. It's giving you the power of manifestation. As long as you go at it in a very joyous way, in a way of sort of kind of, I want to do this. I want to do this because it's going to be brilliant. Get the good results. Oh, yes. You know, rather than kind of going, I want money so then I can be richer than someone else. Don't have that will not help you. That will impede you more than anything else. Yeah, your past is, this is very, look at this, look at the contradictions that are going through here. You know, all the way through, and it goes through from your past, goes through the overall energy and goes to the future of your relationship side. And it's converting that sort of woes and worries and allowing you to really give your heart over to your life, over to your personal life. Getting the good results in order for that to happen is really essential. Really, really essential. Absolutely beautiful. With the King of Swords, you get the 5 of Cups. Basically, I don't see any disappointment. You'd have to really do a real clanger in order for things to go wrong, I think, in your life. This is more sort of saying, I think this is just backing up, just sort of saying, because the energy was pulling out to the future. And I think it's more saying anything, it's more than anything else, it's saying, don't look to the past, look to the future. Look to the future. And that will bring you, look at that. King and Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is your good self. Queen of Pentacles is more sort of a Capricorn card than anything else. So yeah, it's like building, it's a divine opportunity that works so well for you that it's going to put a lot of influence upon your spiritual path and your relationship side. It's knowing, it's the knowing and knowledge, because the King of Pentacles is about that. It's about learned knowledge about what you can do. So you've learned something, your experiences is giving you that value to really apply that in life. And I think that plays really beautifully into the 3 of Pentacles as well. A lot of effect from your financial side onto your relationship side. Very secondary. It's not direct, as it were. So it's not like making more money, so then therefore you find happiness in your relationship side. It could be for some of you, but I think it's a little bit more complex than that. I think you will actually enjoy that little journey of discovery that you're going on about yourself and about how you engage in relationships. You're going to turn over certain stones and you're going to find out that there's other things on the other side of those stones, you know, and you wouldn't have seen that before, but now you do. And now you see that, what are you going to do with it, basically? Okay, there you go, Taurus. Thanking you very much for being here. I really hope you enjoy all the energy videos that we put out. Thank you very much for all the support that you give this channel in any which way you see fit and form. Absolutely beautiful. Really do appreciate it. I will see you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.